Recently I embarked on a journey to see how many Final Fantasy games I could beat under certain conditions. So far Final Fantasy X has been my target, but I thought to myself, maybe I should try a different game this time. It's time to try out one of the classics. Final Fantasy IV has always been one of my favorites, and it hasn't been talked about as much as 7 and 6, which is a damn shame because it has one of the best main characters and one of the best cast. So join me in this trip down memory lane. Let's witness the rise of Cecil, who goes from the depths of edginess as a brooding dark knight into one honorable paladin who fights for justice and saves the world. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, as you already read in the title, I will try to beat Final Fantasy IV with Cecil Only. The rules for this are simple. It's Cecil Only. It would not be a Cecil solo video otherwise. No other character will be used. Ever. Rule number 2. No healing from other party members either inside or outside of battle. There will be no help from the cheerleader squad. They will be content just donating their equipment to my Save the World funds. And number 3 is not really a rule. I will try not to grind unless I feel it's necessary. I don't want to take away all the challenge, of course. Let's see if this actually forces me to go to level 99. And that's it. Simple and effective. Of course, as always, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like and a subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's get started. After starting the game, I have to go through a little intro. I then get a mission from the king, and as soon as I have control, I kill off Kain, steal his stuff and sell it for potions. My man Cecil can't heal yet. I then get some levels before moving on to the first boss, who is the Mist Dragon. This guy is very simple. I attack it while it is in physical form and wait while it is in mist form. It really goes down before I even have the chance to heal. I then move on to my next destination. It's a small village of summoners that I instantly destroy because, surprise surprise, the bomb ring given to me was an actual bomb. Of course, the only survivor of this whole mess can summon a god so she can kick my ass and leave me dying in the desert. Of course, I don't let it get to me and manage to get to a small town before I get ambushed by some soldiers. I make short work of them, making sure to kill the general first so that he does not run away and I can get that sweet XP. This causes Rydia, the little survivor of the previous village, to trust me, which sucks for her as I immediately take away all her equipment, sell it for profit, and kill her off in the desert. Before leaving the village, I come across Rosa, who is going to be my future wife, and she appears to be very ill and needs a sand ruby to recover. So I put my plans of saving the world on hold because I need to save my future waifu. For that, I need to take care of the Antlion. My first stop in this quest, though, is the Octomammoth boss. However, before I even reach it, I meet Tella the Sage, who's on a mission to save his daughter who ran away from home. He decides to join me, so you all know what I did. The Octomammoth is very simple too. He takes a lot of damage from Cecil and does not do a lot of damage in return. Clicking the auto battle button was enough to bring it down. Dark Knights might be OP. I then get to Damacia just in time to see it getting bombarded because of plot reasons. And I rush in to see Tella's daughter Anna under the ground dying. And then we meet this guy. The spoony bard himself, Edward. Seeing him, Tella goes on a rampage. Which is understandable, I too would be pissed if my daughter ran away from home to be with this guy. Unfortunately for everyone, before Tella can deal with him, Anna wakes up and puts a stop to things. And then dies. I guess magic cannot be used in real life situations in this game. It is truly an unfortunate situation. Really wish there was something we could have done here. And then to make matters worse, Edward decides to join me. Which pisses me off so much I just decide to raid whatever is left of his castle. And then of course I give him the Cecil special. Alright, so I can finally move on to the Antlion. Lady Rosa still needs my help. Luckily for me, Cecil is too strong for this guy. All I have to do, again, is use auto battle and it just dies. Am I overleveled? Killing the Antlion means I get the Sand Ruby, so I double back to Rosa and I can finally reunite with her and move on to Mount Hobs. In here, Rosa helped Rydia overcome her fears of fire, which means that she can now use fire magic in order to unblock the way to the mountain. Which means that magic can be used in real life in this game. So what was the reason behind Tella or Rydia not healing Anna again? Tella has the life spell and both he and Rydia have the cure, so I guess she just wasn't that important then. Maybe white magic doesn't work? Maybe old age caught up to Tella. So many questions, so little time. On top of the mountain I see Young fighting some bombs, so I decide to give him a hand. And by give him a hand I mean kill him ASAP to get the glory. Unfortunately I got overconfident. The big bomb exploded, I decided not to heal, and I end up getting a game over. Second go I guess. This time I actually use my brain, I don't just attack. Instead I let him self-destruct while keeping my HP up. Who knew that using strats in a Final Fantasy game could work? The Fabul evasion starts off simple enough. Just have to take care of some soldiers before I get to the gargoyle, where things get tricky. It starts using Tornado, bringing me to very low HP, and then kills me before I can heal. That is 2 game overs pretty much in a row. On my second try I am more careful and I make sure to heal when Tornado is used, which means that it goes down easily enough. After that I just have to fight some random encounters before reuniting with Kain. It is not a happy reunion though, because he is probably mad that I stole all his stuff. And because of that he attacks me. It is a scripted fight. Once he uses jump on me, the fight ends, and then Golbez appears. Unfortunately, Golbez can just teleport away, which he does. And then I'm so distracted that Kain just joins the crystal and runs off as well. I suck at the whole saving the world thing, I think. Then Rydia heals us back up, which does confirm that white magic can be used outside of battle in normal situations in this universe. Why is Anna dead? Whatever, I did save the castle at least, so I think I deserve to raid it before leaving. Also, I make sure to talk to the king so I can get the Deathbringer sword, which is a huge upgrade over the sword I have right now. I then get on a boat, get attacked by Leviathan, get stranded and washed up in Mysidia, where everyone hates us because we kind of attacked the city just at the start of the game. I then get 2 new babysitters because they don't trust me, before I move on to Mount Ordeals. And with Mount Ordeals comes the first of the 4 elemental fiends, Scarmiglione. It comes with a bunch of undead which I cannot hurt because I'm a Dark Knight, so I make sure to use eye potions to kill them first, and then I auto-battle the boss down. After I beat him the first time, he of course comes back for more and gets me from behind. I put Cecil in the back row and I use eye potions on the boss. He is an undead now, so he takes damage from them and dies very quickly. He also does not do enough damage to be an issue. That out of the way, I get inside the strange crystal and start hitting myself. All that head trauma helps me become a good boy, I discard my Dark Knight roots, and I go straight down to level 1. There goes all the grinding I did. For a bit, as I immediately grind to level 21, go back to Mysidia, use the Devil Road straight to Baron, where I have to fight the brainwashed Young. Auto battle does the trick as always. I then go into the sewers so I can infiltrate the castle, and I meet Baidan, who is an old friend of Cecil. However, he is working with the enemy, so he transforms into one ugly boss before my very eyes. First actual challenge right here. The boss is faster than me and can cast haste. Left arm can use constrict and right arm does damage. If you kill both arms, the boss will regenerate them eventually. So I decide to kill the left arm so he cannot paralyze me, and attack the boss when I can while keeping up with my healing. He did use constrict on me, but it missed. I think if it hit, I might have had the game over. However, seeing as it did not paralyze me, I was just free to kill him off, even though I did have to use a lot of eye potions. It's time to confront the fake king. It's Cagnazzo, the second elemental fiend. He starts off simple enough, he does not do enough damage to scare me with Tsunami, so just attacking works for now. However, after a while he starts going to defense mode and starts healing around 500 HP every time, which means I now have to be able to out-damage him. I cannot out-damage him. Even with Haste and Berserk, I don't do enough damage, which means I now have to restart, get myself level 30, fight Baidan once again, and give it another shot. At this point I'm barely out-damaging it. However, with a few lucky crits, and ignoring the time I accidentally threw 2 spider silks at it, it goes down fairly easy. That is 2 down. I then manage to make it out of the castle, with no casualties whatsoever, only to get confronted by Kain, who orders me to get the Earth Crystal for him in exchange for Rosa, which means I now have to go to Troya and beat the Dark Elf. Which is exactly what I do, however, before meeting up with the Dark Elf, I make a stop in Troya and complete the very important task of spending all of my cash on a strip show. With that little piece of business done, I can now get on my chocobo and go to the Dark Elf Cavern. And instantly get a game over on the very first fight because... no metallic equipment allowed. This is very bad for me. My non-metallic equipment is not good at all. However, I equip whatever I can, and then I start running from every random encounter, unless it's bats or the snake. Eventually I do make it to the boss, and to his credit, it starts off real simple. The first fight is actually just a gimmick fight. He will cast some spells and the fight will end. He then puts me to the ground, however, due to the power of positivity, I am able to get back up and use my normal equipment once again. The second fight is an actual fight. On his first phase he will spam magic, including Tornado, which will bring you to sub 10 HP, and Hex, which will turn you into a pig. I make sure to equip a Ruby Ring, which makes Hex nothing more than a free turn, and I make sure to use that turn wisely. I then keep healing after every tornado and eventually decides to unleash his true form, Dark Dragon. This guy loves to spam. All he does is spam Dark Breath over and over and over again, which means that I have to heal 24/7. Luckily I do still have some Spider Silks, which means I can slow him down and have enough turns to actually attack. After some rounds of healing with some attacks weaved in, the boss goes down and I recover the Earth Crystal. I then give it to Cain in exchange for Rosa, and then he makes me follow him to the Tower of Zot. In here I am forced to fight the Mega Sisters. It is an elementary fight. I make sure to kill Cindy first, then Sandy, then Mindy, in that order. Cindy gets Reflect put on her by Sandy, however she keeps getting it, which means I do get Reflect too eventually, and Mindy just keeps reflecting spells off of Cindy. This means all I have is eye potions to heal myself. No white magic whatsoever unless I want to reflect it off Cindy. It just makes no sense. Once Cindy dies, Mindy will keep casting spells. This time however she will cast them on me, which means that they get reflected back. I kill Sandy next because she can cast Confuse and Berserk, and I try to do it before my Reflect wears off. Luckily Reflect was still on when she tried to do it, so no problems there. However, if I didn't have Reflect on, I might have had an issue. Baruricia, the third elemental fiend, is next, and oh boy do I get stuck here for a while. There's a couple of issues with this fight, and the first one is that I have to kill everyone first. This makes it that every attempt takes forever. Second issue is, she is faster than me. Ray would stun me, but the Gaia gear prevents that, so that's a free turn. However, Tornado plus a physical attack means game over, which means I have to heal every time Tornado is cast. Which also means I got no time to attack as she is still faster than me. This is an issue. I am unfortunately nowhere near fast enough to heal and attack, and I have no haste items. Oh boy. After a couple of attempts I start thinking, maybe I just need more levels, maybe another weapon can help. So I hop on my black chocobo and go to Evelyn to get myself a sleep blade. I also got the Hermes shoes in the chest somewhere, but I don't know where it was. Oh well, with that little trip done, I go back for another shot. And it's still more of the same. With haste, I do have enough speed to heal if I use items. However, active mode does not make my life easy. Of course, in the process of trying to be fast, I end up using a Spider Silk by accident and die. And of course, I still do no damage. Alright, time to focus. I make sure to heal whenever I know she's going to use Tornado, and only attack after her physical attack. Rinse and repeat. Luckily, Ray is a free turn. After some rounds of the heal attack heal routine, thanks to the Hermes shoes, I am fast enough to bring her down. And if I'm taking this long in a boss fight at this point of the game, I am scared for my future. However, now I have Cain and Lady Rosa. However, Golbez has all the crystals, which means we need to collect the dark crystals to keep them from him. So it appears that a trip to the underworld is next, which means I got a couple of dolls to fight. Calcabrina can be annoying. The fight starts off with 6 little dolls who all get one-shotted by Cecil. Unfortunately, you guessed it, before I can do that, I have to kill all my party members. Once 3 of the dolls go down, the real fight begins. And this thing, it's hard. You can cast Confuse and Hold, and unfortunately for me, Hold lasts a long time. If I get hit by it, it's basically game over. And guess what happens? I get hit by it before I can even do anything, and I just slowly die to her. Again and again. This is the hardest boss so far by a big margin. I have no way to stop paralysis, and every attempt takes forever because my party keeps getting resurrected. Alright, I decide to grind. I get to level 50 and I go all out. Just before the second phase, I put Cecil and Berserk in the front row. It is do or die now. However, that is completely useless as I get confused, which means my Berserk goes away. I then hit myself while confused and squeeze a victory with under 30 HP. No luck needed. After the doll goes away, it's time for Golbez. Usually he kills off our party, however, because Cecil is already by himself, we go straight to the next stage. And look who it is. Rydia comes to save us, and she grew up. First thing I need to do was heal. I was at 30 HP. Of course, to repay Rydia for the save, I ever used Blizzaga on herself. At this point I'm way too strong for Golbez. My attacks are dealing almost 2000 damage, so just a couple of those and the fight is done. After that, into the Tower of Babil I go. Barnabas is kind of a joke. All I have to do is attack him till he dies. The Doctor though, that's a different story. He can cast a lot of status effects and laser can do 2000 damage. That's a lot of damage right now. Okay, so I put Cecil in the back row to check if it would affect laser damage. And unfortunately it didn't, which means he keeps doing 2000 to me over and over. And he has 9000 HP. So at this point, it is a race to see who does more damage. Either I die or he dies. Which is what I would like to think. However, in my winning attempt, laser were just doing 800 damage and even started doing 60 damage at one point. So I assume it's random? Unfortunately, I did have to waste 3 elixir in this fight, but a win's a win. I then meet Edge, and he helps me get back to the Tower of Babil. To repay him, I help him give peace to his parents. This is not a real fight. All I have to do is attack him a couple of times and they start saying their goodbyes. Rubicante though, is a real fight. In theory at least. He does heal me to full HP, which normally would be great, however, now it means I have to kill my party. However, I do have an Ice Brand and an Ice Shield, so he's not doing any damage to me, apart from one Inferno attack. And I am doing around 8000 damage. So he goes on quick and easy. The leader of the Elemental Lords was actually the easiest. The Seal Cavern is kinda boring. I make sure that I can deal with the doors before they cause any issues, which means that the other enemies are not strong at all. When running out of here though, I am once again ambushed. What a surprise. And this time by a Demon Wall. This is nothing more than a race against time. It is a pure stat check. Either I'm strong enough to kill it, or I die. Luckily, this is nothing a good old haste berserk combo can fix. Of course, then I find out that Kane is kinda still brainwashed by Golbez. So he delivers a crystal to him, which means I now have to get myself a whale ship and take me to the moon. On the moon, I meet another old dude called Fuzoya who apparently lives here. And it's here that he explains how the Lunarians are still on the moon, still waiting for the day that mankind is evolved enough to be able to coexist with their species. They apparently tried to contact humans after their planet started being in risk of destruction. However, that did not go well. Why is this important, you ask? Because Cecil is our main character, so of course he is half Lunarian. And apparently so is Golbez, because, you know, they're brothers. We also got our first mention of Zeromus, who is the true mastermind behind all this tomfoolery. However, all this means that I have an end goal now. Zeromus is trying to use the Giant of Babil, who just happens to awaken while I'm speaking with Fuzoya. But not to worry, all our minions on our planet slow it down just enough while I can go inside and destroy it from within. That should save the world, right? Of course, things can never be easy, so I reunite with some old friends. The 4 fiends are back for more punishment, and they're all together. And of course, before we fight, Rubicante just heals my party again. Why? So before the fight I make some preparations. I make sure to buy some elemental items from Mamingway just before. I make sure to have a Gaia gear equipped for Barbaricia and an ice shield for Rubicante. Farmiglione is as simple as always. All I have to do is stay in the backline and throw bomb orbs while he does no damage to me. He can cast Curse, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that does. Cagnazo got an upgrade. He is fast now and his tidal wave actually does good damage. I spam Wrath of the Gods and I use an elixir to heal when needed. And then it's Barbaricia again. She has a pattern here. She does an attack, then Ray, then 2 attacks, Maelstrom into another attack, rinse and repeat. I throw a Spider Silk that I'm pretty sure did not work, and I'm just fast enough to heal between Maelstrom and the physical attacks. My strat here is wait for Maelstrom, heal, attack twice, heal after Maelstrom again. And I repeat that until she goes down. Rupicante is as easy as before. I don't have my Ice Brand equipped again because reasons, so it does take a little less damage than before, but thanks to the Ice Shield it still does nothing to me. Eventually all the fiends go down and I can finally move on. Time to destroy the core of this thing. The CPU comes with 2 nodes, 1 attack node, 1 healing node. The challenge here is to be able to outpace the attack node. Kill the CPU before the minion kills you. Of course I kill both nodes, which is bad because I completely forgot about the Blink 199 attack that insta-kills me because I killed both of them. So my first attempt ends in failure. In my second attempt I kill the healing node first because I don't do enough damage to outdamage that. And then I just attack the CPU main body. The laser attack is doing around 500 damage to me, but I just keep attacking and use an elixir the one time I need to heal. And now that the giant is gone, it's time for us to go to the moon to put an end to things. Inside the ruins I collect all the treasure chests that I don't have bosses protecting them. I don't really need them. However, there are 2 chests that I really want. The first one is the Ragnarok Sword. However, for that I have to get past Dark Bahamut. Of course he starts off with Mega Flare, obviously, and just keeps reflecting flares back to me. This isn't good. Even with some lucky misses, I don't have the damage to kill him before he kills me. He has around 60,000 HP and I'm doing around 2,000 per hit. It might be time for some quick side questing. So I go back to the underworld, I go into the Summoner's Cave and onto the first floor of the Summoner Nation. There is a chest there that contains the rat tail. I get that, go back to the overworld, into the Adamant Grotto and exchange it for an Adamantite. I take the Adamantite to the weaponsmith in the underworld and I get the Excalibur. That is a serious upgrade. Plus with me being level 80 now, surely I can kill Dark Bahamut, right? Nope, I am doing double damage but I still need luck. And my wish is granted. I get very lucky. Mega Flare misses. 2 of his flares miss. And the fight is now on. I auto battle for speed until my HP gets somewhat low and then I pop an elixir immediately. I have to use 2 of those, however, thanks to that I have enough damage to bring this guy down and I get my weapon. Only 1 more fight before the final boss. In the cave next to the Safe Crystal, there are 2 chests that contain a ribbon each. To get those though, I have to fight a couple of undead dragons. These guys can be a pain because their bio is powerful and they do have decent HP. However, because I have the Ragnarok, I am doing max damage to them. So I just need 3 hits for each one, and they go down and I can get my ribbons. And it's time. Zeromus is upon me. Once I reach his rooms, 2 scrubs are trying to beat him for me. They did not read the name of the video. And they actually do beat Zeromus, which is weird. Is he not the final villain? Nope, never mind. He has a will so strong that Zeromus is created. He wipes the floor with Fuzoya and Golbez, so I decided to jump in. Unfortunately, again, some people like to hinder me, so my party gets healed by prayer. Luckily, good guy Zeromus actually read the title, so he lets me kill him off again. And now that that's done, let the real fight begin. This dude does not disappoint. He has cool music, he has cool effects, cool attacks. He keeps taking away all my buffs and his debuffs, and he keeps spamming Big Bang. That ain't good for me. He is fast. I got no Spider Silk or Ace items, which doesn't matter because he could just remove them anyway. I cannot out-heal his damage. He has 65,000 HP. This is once again a race against time. If I cannot kill him as I am, I will need a bit of a grind. And after around 10 attempts, that is what I decide to do. Level 80 just ain't enough anymore. So let's see him handle level 99. And he handles that very easily. I cannot beat him. I cannot out-heal Big Bang, and I don't do enough damage to bring him down before he kills me. I did not want to resort to this. I thought maybe, surely level 99 will be enough, right? Nope. I have to take very desperate measures. I'm going to be using my overwhelming wealth to win this fight. I got all this money, I might as well use it, right? I take a quick trip to the Hummingway home on the moon, and I spend all of my gil in order to get an extra 19 elixirs. Let's go again, Zeromus. I auto-battle until I feel the need to heal. I got 20 elixirs now and I make sure to make use of them. He does a couple flares and then starts using meteor. Luckily all 4 of them miss, so go me. It is still a race against time. Luckily now I am way more prepared for one of these. So with just some more attacking and elixir usage, Zeromus goes down. Which means the world is saved. Well folks, that closes yet another chapter in our Final Fantasy Challenge series. It was fun reliving one of the classics again. The bosses did turn out to be a bit repetitive, as most of the time the strats became heal, attack, heal. But hey, that is the nature of solo challenges for the most part, right? Leave a comment down below stating which game and which challenge I should do next. And of course, leave a like and a subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. That is all from me today, and like always, I will see you all later. Take it easy.